Well, hi there. I'm Diana Montford, the world's first transgender television journalist. Born male, became female. I always have to say that because of my very short hair. They wonder, what is that? Well, it's a me. Anyway, and you can see us on YouTube on shows dating back to 1991. My guest is Mr. Bennett Kremen, who is a well-known writer. He's written a new novel called The Performance. He's going to tell us all about it. He is also quite the activist when it comes to protecting neighborhoods in New York from gentrification, which, you know, is a widespread illness in our city and displaces so many people and often makes them homeless. Bennett and his associates do their best to make that not happen so that people can stay in their apartments and have reasonably priced housing, which they can afford. Anyway, my guest, Mr. Bennett Kremen. Hi, how are you?
Okay, Diane, nice to see you again.
It's Diana.
Diana.
Anyway, so tell us about The Performance.
Well, the performance...
Here, let's show it.
all right.
The Performance. Where's that? Yes. Am I performing correctly? Yes,
perfectly.
The Performance.
Yeah, it's available on Amazon if anybody should be interested. I hope they are. At any rate, it's contemporary. It takes place in a village.
Greenwich Village, here in New York.
Right,
yes.
here in New York. And there's the main character is a woman named Agnieszka Duborovic.
Mm-hmm.
Her background is white Russian. Goes way back. They ran away from the revolution in Russia. They were aristocratic people.
Mm-hmm.
She was born in America, and she's very American. However, she's also has deep roots in Russian culture.
Mm-hmm.
Her family, father was a mystic in the old Russian mystic tradition,
Mm-hmm.
and it influences her life as well as the bohemian life of the village and the artistic life and high life of New York and the Greenwich Village neighborhood, where all of the unusual and special things that go on.
Is there a
down
particular
there.
street where this takes place?
Actually, you know, Westbeth.
Sure. That's where Diane Arbus lived.
Right. I don't mention it by name.
Westbeth is a building here in New York for artists and writers, and it's an artistic colony in one building.
Right. So I'm not saying that's the building, but it's the model.
And it's where the wonderful photographer Diane Arbus
yeah.
lived and sadly died. She killed herself.
Right. Oh, a lot of people.
It opened in 1970, and Diane Arbus killed herself in 1971, yes. So
Merce Cunningham was in that building.
what a real one.
His whole company was there.
Isn't that great?
Many tremendous people.
Now, your mother's Russian, isn't she?
My mother was born in Russian Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
And so I know something about Russian background, and a number of scenes take place also in Brighton Beach.
Also, which is a great Russian colony here in New York.
Right in New York. So there's that Russian aspect, there's that artistic. She's a consummate artist in the old style of Greenwich Village. Mm-hmm. She has a dance company. She's also informed by that mysticism from her family. Mm-hmm. So she's getting together a very special, the performance of her life, and she's getting together the best modern dancers in New York, and she's trying to raise money for it, so she has to go out to the Hamptons to where, you know, the billionaires are, and she makes contact with Andre Mellington, the international banker, and she's very attractive. He goes for her, but
is he attractive?
He's
His
powerful and rich.
Well, that's close
So
enough.
I guess that's attractive to
Yeah.
a hell of a lot of people.
Success is the best deodorant.
But not to Anya.
Ah, she's a girl with character.
No, Anya's some of the old villages in her, which was a rebellion against that.
Yes, yes.
So Anya is her own person in every way. So he goes for her, but she rejects him. And getting this dance performance, the idea of the dance performance is to take dance from all the different religions, Hindu, Tibetan dancing, Hasidic Jewish dancing, Pentecostal, speaking in tongues.
Do they dance?
Well, they go through
I thought it was like a
gyrations.
guess
They
there.
faint.
Oh, yes.
You know, it's almost a dance.
Yes.
And the other kind, and she puts them together. For instance, Sufi dancing. If
Can
you
you
ever seen
imagine
it.
wasps dancing? That must be sad. Okay, yes, you were saying.
Okay. You know, you ever see Sufi dancing? They go in a
Yes,
circle.
yes, yes.
And they go for hours.
And Balinese dancers and other
right.
wonderful dancers.
So what she's her.
And flamenco dancers. My mother was once a flamenco
Oh,
dancer.
I love that.
Many years ago, yes.
I love flamencos. But so her idea is to combine these. So, for instance, the Sufi dancing in a circle, instead of the oud Middle Eastern music, she puts Gregorian chants in the background.
Oh, that's interesting.
And instead, in the in the Hasidic
Is she a sort of Twyla Tharp type? But much younger and...
Well, she has that freedom of, that free spirit in her, absolutely, in that respect. So, for instance, the Hasidic dancing, not their music, it's voodoo drums.
That's interesting.
So
but aren't men the ones who do Hasidic dancing?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. This is, you know, they dress in male form and costume, and they do it. But the idea is to combine, so the Gregorian chants and the Sufi dancing, she's combining different traditions. The idea is to elevate the consciousness of the world. She's motivated.
And to show that we're all more alike than we are
Right. Let's take it and put it together. Let's get somewhere else. We're
But
at a bad
she needs
spot.
the cash.
She needs the cash.
And Andre has more cash than he knows what to do.
He has no idea what to do with it, but he likes Anya. He tries to play games with her, but she's 100 miles ahead of him. She gets the cash, he doesn't get her.
Oh.
And he is hurt and rejected. The dance group is getting together at a restaurant down in Little Italy called the Villa da Vinci restaurant.
Right.
Andre, reluctant, he's paying for it. He comes there, he's bitter.
Is he paying for the party as
well?
well?
Oh, yeah, he's paying
my
for
goodness.
everything. So he's bitter and angry.
Well, now that he's bitter and angry, give him my number, you know. But anyway, you were saying?
I'll do that.
Yeah.
So he has an explosion at the end at this restaurant. And, you know, he's creating a commotion. Out comes this fellow. And he said, "What's going on here?" Yeah. And he brings Andre to heel. He's obviously a very tough guy. Andre shuts up.
Good.
Anya, there's a line in there, you can see that there's just a hint, a foreshadowing of just something about this guy that's reaching her. So that scene ends. Andre, the Mellington person, is very angry. They have connections in Washington, up the kazoo, senators, you know.
Well, what's the Italian man's name?
The Italian man's name is Sonny Boy Aiello.
Okay.
Now, this is a part of Greenwich Village, if you really know
Yes,
Greenwich
I
Village.
know that.
It's the
I
artist and the mob.
grew
They're
up
both
there.
down there,
I'm
and they
well
have a
aware
lot
of
to
that.
do with each other,
I know that.
you know. That's the village. It still is.
Good to know.
Still there. So, Anya has this high principle, you know, and here's this guy who's originally from Bensonhurst, now is a made man at a high level, and they don't belong with each other. It's this shouldn't be happening, because she has these high principles, you know, from old mystic values and stuff like that.
And he's a tough
And
guy.
he's a street guy, you know,
Right.
but a very funny guy with a lot of character.
So his nature's nobleman.
He has a noble side to him, although he'll
Unlike
kill you in a minute.
Andre, Mr. Moneybags, is a total creep. And has no redeeming qualities.
Not too much, no. So their love affair takes off. There's a resistance. She knows she doesn't want to go in that direction, but Andre is causing him trouble, and he tells her, "I know where he lives. I know what's the East Hampton racket club, the
And
East Hampton
sure,
Polo Club.
he knows where he lives, he knows who he
know
is, and his
hangs
boys will
around
be
the
over.
Carlisle bar. I know where he is, implying, you know, this is not going to be pretty here. If this
Well, he should
got
tell
the
Andre.
FBI on me.
You should tell Andre.
Well,
Yo, asswipe, you fuck with me, you're dead. That's what he should say to Andre.
you know, those people have power. You
Yeah.
know. You can't get, you know.
Oh, you mean the Andres of the
The
world?
Andres of the world have even more power.
Yes.
Sorry to
that
say.
Illuminati power, yes.
They have, you know, so,
Why, who knows? One day one might even be president.
right. So
Yes.
Anya's in this moral dilemma, you know. She doesn't want Andre to get hurt. She's involved with that family because they've been her patron in past performances.
Right.
And she has a personal relation with the dowager of that Mellington
Mother
family.
Mellington.
The mother Mellington of international.
Is she Andre's mother or just a mother in general?
An aunt.
Oh, an aunt.
An aunt.
Aunt. I've always hated people say aunt instead of aunt.
Well, she was an aunt.
Yeah, well, that too. An insect, no doubt.
Right. So, no, she's actually an interesting character. But, so she's very concerned that, you know, Sonny Boy might hurt him or they might hurt Sonny Boy. She's caught in. She feels she has to try to find a way to mediate, to head off this possible
But how
tragedy.
can she doesn't know Sonny Boy?
Well, she doesn't want to get involved with Sonny Boy, but Sonny Boy has that over her, you know.
Maybe if she bribes Sonny Boy, he might make nice, you know.
No, he doesn't want money. He wants her.
Well, I don't mean, no, I know, but I mean Mother Mellington.
Oh, Mother Mellington.
Or Aunt Mellington.
Yeah. Well, she's off on her yacht here.
Oh, well, there you
know,
go.
she's not right on the scene, but she's in the background. At any rate, the love affair takes off. It's a torrid love affair.
Are they in love or yes? Is it sex, love, or both?
It's both.
Okay.
Both. But this is a little sample of.
Yes.
Oh, where's my glass? Maybe I can. All right, there's a scene.
Well, let me get your coat. You want your glasses?
No, that's all right. I think I can do it. There's a scene in which Sonny Boy's having trouble. The Mellingtons have gotten in touch with their senators who have oversight over the FBI. They're putting heat on him and on all of his associates.
And we know what fine people senators are.
Oh, wonderful people. The bottom line is his associate bringing heat on it. That's very dangerous. That's when they kill each other.
You mean the senators
mob.
could have? Oh, I see. Because Sonny Boy's bringing attention
To
from
him,
the yes.
and it reflects.
I see,
How do
yes.
you think they get him?
Yes.
They try to they pressure his
Yes.
associate. They close down their clubs.
Exactly,
They arrest him. So he's bringing heat on the whole mob, and they don't like that. You know, you get yourself killed that way. So Sonny Boy,
that's a good way in it,
Sonny
that's
Boy,
handy.
this is tragic love. Sonny Boy goes. He can't give up Anya. Yeah.
The
And
mafioso and the Grand Duchess.
Yes, and Anya, as much as she knows this is wrong, and you know she's going
is it
for a higher
wrong?
spiritual and moral thing, and this guy got her by the, you know what?
Well, she ain't got none. He's got them.
He's got him.
Unless she's a tranny. Now that would be interesting.
Yeah, well, maybe that's a sequel.
Yeah. Anya goes to Denmark. Yeah.
Exactly. So you got all these elements coming together, and he's under a lot of pressure at one point. He's very angry, and so
Sonny Boy.
Sonny Boy. So they're together, and she's trying to calm him down.
Well, that's one way to try it. Okay. Tell us all about it. Make it nasty.
Let's go out on the boat again, Sonny. I don't want to talk about it. What do you want to talk about? Nothing. There must be something. Lay off, okay? Yeah. And what if I don't? She threatens in a sultry, husky voice. Look, I got something to think about. Can't you see? Uh-huh. And I'm horny. Can't you see that?
He's saying that to her.
She's saying that to him because she wants
okay.
to calm him down.
Oh, okay.
Rarely has Anya been this explicit, even when reaching heart-pounding for the greatest of pleasure with the most exciting of men. She does seek these maelstroms of ecstasy, yes, but always keeping a penetrating eye on it. This
A
time,
penetrating what?
Eye.
Eye. Oh, excuse me. Okay.
This time it's blind. Restraint, softness, warmth, caution, all are swept away in her frenzy to calm Sunny down no matter what. And gripped by a dizzying rash of desire, she's reaching blatantly, scarcely breathing, straight for the exciting fullness warm between his legs. And there's no missing the brazen thrill of his stark potency swelling up forcefully in her hand.
All right.
Jesus, what are you doing?
I'm coughing. Oh, you mean her?
Her.
Yeah.
Can't figure it out, huh? She's teasing, her lips parting and shameless. Hey, you're gonna get it, but good. Uh-huh, she's taunting flagrantly. You think so? Yeah, right up your smart-ass little culo. Huh, ready for that, huh? No, oh Lord, no. But this is too far gone. Someone's gonna feel his full power tonight, one way or another. And she's seeing this in the severe shadows gathering on his face as he springs up, pulling her ruggedly to her feet. Then, pushing in tightly behind her, bends her over, ripping her pants down in a heap. And too stunned to stop him, she feels him jamming himself in a brute moment of shock deep into her entrails, violating her to the core. And though desperate to scream, she can't, for he keeps pounding into her over and over with a terrifying excitement. Insane, demeaning, rough, and horribly beautiful. Oh no. Oh, heaven help me.
Is that her, him, or both?
That's her, maybe both, but that's her.
Well, so he shot her right between the thighs.
Right up to you know where.
Well, is he gay or what? What's from behind this?
Oh, men like to do that with women.
Oh, do they?
Has nothing to do with, men like to do that.
Yeah, some women love it.
Some women love it,
I mean,
adore
really
it.
love it, yeah.
Some women don't, but some women really love it. And any guy who's really got it likes to do it with women.
Up the backside?
Oh, yes.
Are you fond of that?
I have been, yes.
I see. Oh, my God.
Believe me, I'm not alone.
Well, I'm not taking this sitting down. Okay. So anyway, so that's good. Well, no, you couldn't be alone. You'd have to have somebody to do it with.
No, it's pretty common.
Is it really?
To men who are free, yeah.
Who are polymorphous perverse?
No, they wouldn't do it. If they're macho types, they only can do it with women.
I see, okay.
That's the way they're gated, you know.
No double gates, just a single garden gate.
Single garden gate, and with women, they like it.
I guess.
They like it. They'll make fun of it or
do the
demeaning.
Women like it?
If with men, they make a big, they're very negative.
Do the women like it?
The women who really like sex love it.
What about the ones who really hate sex?
They don't like it.
Oh, I see. Do they like any sex act?
Some of them don't.
I guess. So why bother with them?
I try
you
not
don't
to.
find out until it's too late and they're in bed.
Usually you're there. What are you going to do? You do the best you can.
Well, you're there, you know.
You do the best you can.
Yeah.
So
how can they get this book?
It's available. It's called The Performance. It's available on Amazon. You go to Amazon, type in my name,
which is Bennett Kremen,
or the name of the book, The Performance. It needs sales. It deals with, although it deals with the sexual stuff and the mob and the arts, it's also dealing with something we're all involved with now. The political, economic, and environmental trouble we're in is like nothing that ever happened in human history. The recent report from the United Nations on global warming is the scariest document I have ever read in my life. People, there should be sirens blaring out there. We are heading into a situation that'll make the Second World War seem like kindergarten. According to that UN report, we have 10 years to literally change our whole way of life, our whole industrial system, our whole way of travel, electricity, using energy. And if it doesn't happen, according to this report, which was done by 140 scientists from 40 countries, quoting 6,000 scientific papers with commentaries from 26,000 scientists from all over the world, this is as accurate scientifically as you can get. And they're saying we have been much too complacent about it. The situation we're in now is much worse than we ever thought. We have 10 to 12 years to turn it around drastically.
Is
That's
it
where we're
realistic?
at.
Is it realistic to think that we will?
Your guess, Diana, is as good as mine.
I don't think so. I think people are too comfortable with their private jets and their 17 cars and their whatever, and they're not going to do that.
Well, you see, man has always had what's called hubris. He's always had a sense of power much greater
yes.
than he really has. At one time, mankind thought we were at the center of the universe.
Yes.
Right? We thought
and it was considered heresy by the Catholic Church to contradict that.
They'd burn you.
Yes, I believe Galileo or one of those people, yes.
They'd burn you if you disagreed with that. We are just a little speck in the universe, hardly there. Infinitesimal.
Yes.
That's the reality. Our feeling that we can, I got money in the bank, I got stocks and bonds.
Whatever I want to do,
Look,
I can do.
I went to Harvard. What are you going to do to me? Sorry, you have to take that with Mother Nature. She's not impressed with a Harvard education or your stocks and bonds. According to this report, in 10 or 12 years, there may be droughts. We know about droughts in the Midwest. They go on 2 or 3 or 4 years. If that should happen, and the likelihood of that happening in the next 20 or 30 years is very high, there will be mass starvation in America. I don't want to scare your audience.
No.
But we have to
I do that on my own.
We have to be scared. I'm sorry. It's so bad. If you're going to motivate any kind of response to it that has any teeth, has any legs, fear is useful under certain circumstances. For instance, if a tiger is coming out of the woods running right at you, you're a total jerk if you're not scared.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be scared. It mobilizes you to do certain actions.
But something is keeping us from being scared.
Yeah, it is.
Physical comfort has dulled our senses.
Physical comfort, the corporations selling the gas and oil that's doing this. They're manipulating the politicians, using PR, and our own cowardice, and our own, because if we're
our own inertia when it comes to making change.
Right. But there's no choice, Diana. None.
I know.
None. It's going to happen whether we like it or not. You can buy the bigger air conditioner, get a gas mask, put the tuna fish in the basement, get an Uzi machine gun. It still ain't going to save you.
I know.
Well, when that becomes a reality, we have a chance. When people realize that, but if they don't realize that, it's over.
Well, that wonderful young woman, Ocasio Cortez, yes, has the Green New Deal, and let us hope it takes effect and that we are saved from annihilation. Barring that, we'll have to run out and buy some suntan lotion for that global warming.
Exactly.
Anyway, now, back to the performance. Bennett, Bennett, Kremen, Kremen, and his novel is called The Performance. And it's a fascinating book and all too shockingly realistic, including the sex scenes. But I mean, how do you know so much about the mafia anyway? You read a lot.
No, I grew up in it.
Oh, are you Italian?
I'm from the west side of Chicago, Al Capone's neighborhood.
Oh.
And I have an unusual history.
You also have only 2 minutes.
2 minutes. I had dyslexia as a kid. Dyslexia. I didn't know how to read, so I had to drop out of school. And I started hanging around the pool
But
hall.
didn't you go to Harvard?
Oh, that was later.
Oh, okay.
That's a long odyssey that went on there. By the way, if this book gets any recognition, it will give me a platform to further talk about what we just talked about and create that awareness and alarm.
And that
it needs some exposure.
The Performance by Bennett Kremen. Why don't you give us your contact information, how they can get this?
They can get it on Amazon. Just type in The Performance. Just type it in the box there. The book will come up, and you can order it right there. It'll direct you where you can order it right online, and it's readily available.
Okay.
Go to Amazon.
Okay. And you are also...
About $15.
Okay. And you are also, as we've mentioned, quite the advocate for anti-gentrification and other...
Okay,
we have no time.
Right, we have no time. Cortez, we were talking about. I've been looking for a leader like that for years.
Ocasio-Cortez.
Really,
she's
hopeful. She's intelligent. Mm-hmm. She's cool. She's everything.
Yes.
We're very lucky to have her.
Do you want to do her from behind?
If she let me.
Yeah, I don't think you'd mind too much. But anyway, okay. Instead of Trump doing all of us from behind.
He's doing it double time.
And no lube. He's a cheap son of a
No lube.
He just rams it in. Ow! Donald, please.
Stop it, Donald.
Yeah. Oh, God, Donnie, please. Just come and get out. This ain't Masterpiece Theater, folks. What can I tell you? Anyway, my guest has been author and activist, Mr. Bennett, Bennett, Kremen, Kremen, who has written his latest book. It's called The Performance. It is available on Amazon. Can they contact you personally?
Sure.
What's your thing?
My email is BENNETTKRE@AOL.com. That's BENNETTKRE@AOL.com.
Okay. And I strongly urge you to get this book, The Performance by Bennett Kremen. It's excellent. It's fun. It's sexy. I love you a lot. I'll see you next time.